Palworld released today in early access, and I got the chance to play the first couple hours of the game, and it wasn't at all what I expected it to be. So let's talk about all the things I loved and hated from the game. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe because we're going to do a bunch of first impressions and reviews for all new releases of games that come out, and comment down below what you think of the game. Now, is Palworld just a Pokemon copy with guns, or is there more to it? Let's talk about my first impressions. So, in case you guys don't know what Palworld is, I'm showing the trailer over here. It is a up to four player co-op Pokemon copy game, but the names are actually pals, and in this game you can use weapons to defeat them and help yourself capture them using these spheres. You can capture these pals, have them on your team up to 5 at a time, and you can then have them help you in adventuring and all that. You're going to go from area to area and defeat certain different types of bosses as you progress through the game. The biggest change, I guess, to what normally Pokemon would be in Palworlds is that this game is actually a crafting and survival game first. So yes, you can still go around, capture these pals, help the Pokemons or whatever, and you're going around collecting them, but that's actually not the main goal of the game. The main goal is to build a base, survive, craft, get some food, make sure your hunger is all good to go, and all of those usual stuff like you've probably seen in Minecraft, Valheim, Lego Fortnite, and all the others. So that is, as you guys can see there, the crafting side of it, and you can actually use your pals that you unlock along the way to help you build your base. You could obviously create your character as you saw there, and get your team, your pals on your team, and continue on as you level up and then go defeat all the bosses. So that is the basic information that you need to know about the game. So what did I think of the game? I'll be honest with you guys, surprisingly, the game as an early access is pretty good. I think that everything they showed that I got to play in the first couple hours was fairly impressive for an early access game. There's some bugs, there's some glitches, there's going to be some crashes. Not everything is smooth, there's some rendering and all that, but that's why it's early access and then a full release. So I'm not going to ding it for any of that stuff. I think that the mechanics and the idea behind the game are actually pretty good. I really was surprised by how smooth it played, even though there was a couple things like that. My biggest thing, and that's why with the title of this video, what I'm shocked about from the game is the fact that it's mainly a crafting and survival game. Maybe a lot of people knew that before starting to play the game, and I'm the idiot, but I did not know that going in. I looked at it, and from the get-go, I thought it's Pokemon with guns. I was expecting it to be you go around capturing the Pokemon, and you go town to town defeating gym leaders or whatever that mechanic would be, and there'd be some kind of base story along the way as to why they have weapons and all that. But that's not actually the case. Like I said, it is way more focused on the crafting survival side of things, which is not a bad thing. It's just not what I wanted out of a game like this. Again, there's going to be two sides to this. There's going to be people who are going to listen to me and say, this sounds like exactly what I want, a crafting survival Pokemon style game, and it's absolutely what you want. But on the other side, if you were looking for just a Pokemon copy or a clone where it's you just go around from town to town and capture creatures along the way, this game is a lot more than that and could push you away from wanting to play, which is what it did for me. Nothing against the game. Like I said, I had fun for the 3 or 4 hours I played. I just don't want to commit the time to it because I've already committed to another game that just released, which is Lego Fortnite, and I don't see myself wanting to commit to building a base and crafting and all that in multiple games. It's also a little bit more overwhelming in the sense that you have to not only worry about your own hunger, you got to worry about the hunger and the sanity of your creatures that you have who are working in your base. So you actually got to capture them, make sure you're putting the right ones on the base to help you upgrade your base and work on stuff, make sure that they're not getting tired, feed them. There's a lot more to it than the usual Pokemon style game. The combat itself, though, was pretty smooth. You are going to build yourself a bat or a bow at the start, and you're going to go around. You're going to get yourself a pickaxe to go chop some wood, or pickaxe to get some stones, and an axe to chop some woods. I'm going to get that. So there's a lot of those mechanics like every other survival and stuff like that. The boss fights are extremely challenging. I stopped. When I stopped playing, I was trying to get that first boss, and I couldn't do it. So I do have to go around and grind, capture more of the creatures, level up my team, make sure I have a proper team set up. So there is a lot of there is a challenge there. It's not easy to go through it all, But like I said, it really depends on what you're looking for. Everything about what I played was good. I really don't think that any of the mechanics were bad. If anything, I was very happy with the crafting survival being very user-friendly. I talk about this in my Lego Fortnite review and other stuff, where I don't love crafting survival games that don't guide you, where they just let you out in the free world and they don't explain to you how to upgrade and how to do it. This game has a very, very good, very simple to follow tutorial that helps you build a pickaxe, and then it tells you go get some stones, get yourself an axe, go chop some wood. Now you have enough, now build this thing. And the leveling system is really good. Everything about the game is well done for an early access. I do think that you should expect a lot of good reviews and a lot of high praise for this game coming out from this weekend and probably until the game releases. There's a lot of good in this. There's already 115-ish creatures in there. The technology system is really simple to use, where every time you level up, you're going to be able to unlock new things to craft. But I think that it's very important for people to know that it is a survival game first, not a Pokemon game first. So you got to make sure you know that going in, which I didn't. Surprised me. Didn't get me upset. It just meant that it wasn't going to be something I was going to look to playing more of. So don't expect a review from this game, because I really think that I got what I wanted from it today, and I know what it is. I understand what it is. I can't wait to see what they do with it, but it's not the kind of game that I'm going to want to continue playing, because it is a commitment. It is a huge time commitment. It's not a 20 or 30 hour adventure that once you're going to roll the credits, this is going to be hundreds and hundreds of hours of potentially continuing of adding stuff and building your base. I played it in solo. I had a lot of fun. I can see this being a much bigger, more fun game in co-op. I cannot imagine how much people are going to be loving this in 4-player. So I can't wait to see what people think. I might go back and play it one more time in 4-player co-op just to see how it is. But like I said, as a commitment, I'm not going to go back to it. I wish I could show you guys even more gameplay, but my recording of the game completely crashed for whatever reason. So I got to show you guys the trailer at the start. If you want to see gameplay, please make sure to go watch my Twitch streams or come over to Twitch. That's where I play most of the games before my reviews and all that as well. But like I said, it's nothing bad at all. I thought it was all really good. I went in there ready. I talked about this on my streams where I was going in saying I'm gonna shit on this game. I don't think it's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be trash, and it's not. It actually isn't. It's just not what I wanted it to be. I kind of wish it had all the polish and gameplay style I wanted, but with the mechanic of you start in a town, you get to do stuff, and then you move from town to town. Now, not all of you guys are thinking, like, how did you not know it was crafting and survival? It was in the trailers and all that. I knew there was crafting and survival mechanics in the game from the trailers and from describing it all. I just didn't know that that was the main mechanic of the game. You've probably seen a lot of other games. I'm trying to think, like a Fallout 4, if I remember, had that too. There are a lot of games that have an adventure, but along the way, they're like, oh, if you want to, on the side here, there's a building mechanic or the crafting mechanic if you want to, but you don't have to. You can just like continue progressing without it. You can't do that in this game. This game, you have to go through those systems. So that's why it's pushing me away from playing it instead of wanting to play it more. I wish they could have kept it all, but made it not mandatory. It's like, oh, here's your character, catch some pals and go adventuring. And by the way, if you want to create a base, you can, but it's there, but you don't have to. That's not the case. So that's where it really broke it for me. But like I said, nothing huge. That's pretty much it. I hope you guys are as excited as I am to see what they go with it. If you played, comment what you thought of it, subscribe, like do the usual stuff that helps the channel and all that. And let me know what other games you want me to play in the future. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye-bye.